All I could see for a while was foam and swirling scales. A strong pair of hands were pushing me downward. The sea foam and bubbles only cleared for me to see a pair of black eyes staring at my very soul. Well, hey all you cool creatures. I'm Cryptid. Welcome to the Cryptid Plays YouTube channel. And today we are continuing Ghost Ship Lovers. Last time we did Edward's route. Now I think I want to try Davy's. Now, because there are content warnings for this game, let me put it up. I will read it out to you. There is no NSFW stuff in this video or in this chapter, but even though I'm age restricting, I still want you all to keep this in mind. Warning, 18 plus. This game contains age-restricted materials and it is reserved to an adult public. This is a work of fiction. All characters in this game are over the legal age of 18 years old. All the sex scenes are consensual. So, with that out of the way, let's get started. I had no idea why the captain would order me to do this, but I better go with someone I trust, since it looked like I didn't have a choice. So, who do you want to go with? I said Davy, so let's do Davy. I will go with Davy. The quartermaster gave me a bright smile. All right, treasure. Let's go on an awesome adventure together. Aw, man. I'm jealous. Be careful out there. Aw, thank you, Joshy. I was talking to Cryptid. You could at least pretend you care a bit. You broke my heart. Aw, poor Davy. Edward sighed. Please, don't get too distracted. All right, let's go. All of us went to the port side to board the ship's tender. It is large enough to take the 6 of us in, as well as a few empty bags and containers. Once on the shore, everyone went their separate ways, leaving me and Davy alone on the beach. The sailing master looked around him and took a deep breath. Don't get me wrong. I love being on the ship, but being on land and being able to explore a bit feels good. Explore? I thought we were supposed to stay on track. We could, but it's more fun if we go the long route. How about it? I promise we won't get lost. I am the sailing master after all. This was land, though, not the sea, and I don't have anything to defend myself with. If we encounter something dangerous, it could end up in serious injuries. Although exploring a bit on this unknown island did look fun. Let's play it safe. I looked nervously at him. Maybe we should play it safe. I'm glad he was neutral about that. I will choose the other one in just a minute because I assume he wants us to really take the long route. Davy smiled and nodded. No problem, treasure. We start to walk into the jungle, Davy next to me. The vegetation is pretty dense, but Davy seems to know where he is going. Okay. I'm going to assume that even though we choose 2 different routes, it's not really going to change anything. I don't know, though. I would have to go through the whole chapter and see, but I am going to go back and get the other choice. Alright, let's take the long route. I smiled at him. Alright, let's take the long way. Davy looked very pleased at my response. Now you're talking. We start to walk into the jungle, Davy next to me. The vegetation is pretty dense, but Davy seems to know where he is going. He was always careful to check on me from time to time, looking in my direction. Be careful. There are a lot of roots sticking out here. By the way, I'm trying to do a pirate voice, accent, whatever, but I am doing a terrible job. I apologize. He is really looking out for me, and it's adorable. Yes, it is. I'm fine. Thank you, Davy. The man smiled at me again. I don't want you to fall. You are only allowed to fall for me. Oh my god, that's so corny. I freaking love it. He looks so proud of his wordplay, so I couldn't help but chuckle a bit. Oh good, I'm glad that we are encouraging him to continue with this. Now that we have a moment of peace, I'm guessing you have a lot of questions about what is happening here. I do. All right. Let me just explain to you our situation. Then you can ask questions. Sound good? Let's see. Where to begin? Davy stopped walking to think, and then smiled at me. We were cursed long ago, and then stuck in this book ever since. I like how everyone gives a slightly different way of explaining it. I stared at him in disbelief. I feel like I have more questions than answers. The sailing master chuckles. Fair enough. It's a complicated situation. So, you're telling me we are in the book right now. So everyone on the ship... We all come from the outside world, yes. Just like you. How many years have you been stuck in here? The man was thinking again, looking away and scratching his beard. His lips began to curve into a pout as he starts to speak again, this time mumbling a bit. He's barely loud enough for me to hear. Around 300 years, if I'm not mistaken. What? I was baffled. I don't know what to say or even think now. Davy took note of this. Are you all right, treasure? I'm not sure. Take your time, then. We can keep walking. I nod, and we kept going on our way. After walking for a while, I decided to start asking questions. Well, since everyone gives me different-ish answers with these anyways, might as well ask. Does it mean I'm also stuck here? Davy took on a sad expression on his face. I'm afraid so. Well, this is great. I kind of like having my own pirate adventure, but I still need to go back home at some point. What is this curse you were talking about? His voice fell short for a few seconds, his expression changing from his usual smile to a broken half-smile. Well, I don't really like to talk about how we got it, but I can tell you I was personally cursed with the octopus. And what does that mean exactly? Oh, you know. A big old happy grin spread across his face. He looks so pleased. Well, I'd assume that it means that I am a great hugger. That you are, I'm sure. What does that mean? Davy let out a laugh that came directly from his chest. I can show you when we are back on the ship. Why did the captain bring me here? Didn't Joshua tell you? Well, I didn't really ask. He pauses for a moment, as if he was wondering how to answer, or even if he should answer. Well, the captain wants to marry you. I stared at him for a moment, my eyes wide with incomprehension. What? Marry me? But why? I haven't even met the guy. He doesn't know me. This made no sense. I'm sure the captain can explain it all to you soon. I just don't think I'm the right person to tell you. Well, this is great. If a person I never even met decides to kidnap me, then they decide I should marry them. I think I would like to know why. Considering I'm the one who got kidnapped after all. Well, no more questions, I guess. Davy smiles at me. Shall we continue walking? I let out a sigh and then nodded. What are we looking for anyway? I need colorful flowers to make my maps. Flowers? Yes, especially blue flowers to color the ocean. All right then. It should not be too hard to find. We walked for a moment before reaching another part of the shore. Trying to do the pirate accent is kind of ruining me because I'm kind of starting to pronounce my R's like that. Anyhow. Davy looked a bit discouraged. I didn't see any flowers that were the right color so far. Well, it's a jungle. I'm sure we will find some pretty fast. Davy was about to respond, but stopped. We both heard something that made us both turn our heads towards the sea. On a small amount of rock near the shoreline, there was a figure. It was moving, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Oh! Long silky hair cascaded on their body, a scaly tail sliding out of the water as they sat on the rock. The creature was singing. It is beautiful and hypnotic, too hypnotic. I know I need to go away, my gaze going to the sailing master. I can't believe my eyes. By the way, fun fact, the developer told me that she was the one who did the mermaid's humming right here, and I quite like it. Davy? Davy is transfixed by the creature's song, his body leaning forward and his feet slowly dragging forward. He's walking directly to the creature, completely hypnotized, and in just a few moments he is only halfway to reaching the water shore. I tried to grab his arm, but the man was way stronger than me. Well, that he was strong, or his determination to get to the hypnotizing beast gave him more strength. All my efforts, and I was just being dragged along with the sailing master. My feet were just making marks into the sand as I struggled. I needed to do something more. Putting my feet firmly in the sand, I leaned back to attempt to stop him. Davy, stop! I had to let go. The man was still advancing on the beautiful and terrifying creature. I need to do something. Well, we all know what the right choice is. It would be to kiss him. Oh god, this is gonna be the broken heart, I think, but let's see what happens. Slap him. I'm not thrilled about the idea, but it should be a good way to wake him up from his trance. It was an emergency after all. I take a step in front of him, and quickly, before he could slide past me, I slap Davy across the cheek. Davy stopped moving, blinking in confusion. I sighed, feeling relief. The mermaid jumped back into the sea with a growl of annoyance. Cryptid? What happened? Alright, I'm gonna go get the other choices. Let us scream? Neutral. Maybe screaming louder than the mermaid's chant would be enough to wake him from his trance? I take quick steps to push myself in front of Davy. Then I screamed his name at the top of my lungs. It was enough to spook the mermaid, making them jolt and stop their hypnotic chant. Davy stopped moving, blinking in confusion. I sighed, feeling relief. The mermaid jumped back into the sea with a growl of annoyance. Alright, let's kiss him. Alright, kiss. The simple fact that this idea crossed my mind made me feel embarrassed, and I began to blush. Yet something about the thought felt right. I walked to be in front of him, and as quickly as I could, I grabbed his face to kiss him. I have to act fast so that he wouldn't just push past me. I kept my eyes closed so I could not see his reaction. The sailing master stopped moving and jolted in the palms of my hands. Davy smells like wood and leather, giving me a feeling of comfort and calm. The lips felt full and warm as he slid gently against mine, responding to my kiss. I let go of him and stepped back to look at the man. He is blushing and looks rather confused. The mermaid jumped back into the sea with a growl of annoyance. I'm surprised that he's blushing. He's such a flirt. Cryptid? What happened? I was about to respond when I felt something grab my ankles. Oh dear. We've angered the mermaid. All I could see for a while was foam and swirling scales. A strong pair of hands were pushing me downward. The sea foam and bubbles only cleared for me to see a pair of black eyes staring at my very soul. The mermaid was smiling, showing their pointy teeth at me. Observing their face, I could only see an eager desire to kill me, the look of a predator. Any thoughts I was having became interrupted by a screech by the mermaid. The wretched creature began to wail in a shrill scream of pain. I could feel their hands on my body pull away. There was a weird feeling around my waist, like something was sliding around me, curling around my whole body. I lost any breath I was holding while my body was practically yanked upward. Breaking the surface of the water, the sun feeling like a sweet release on my face as I took the deepest breath I could. I kept my eyes shut, coughing as I felt myself get dragged on the sand until I was far from the water. Cryptid, tell me you're all right. I opened my eyes. Davy was on top of me, looking very concerned. He looks really nice, all wet like that. What immediately caught my eye was the largeness of the black tentacles that seems to be coming out of his back. Please, talk to me. I'm fine. The man helped me get up, my body shaking from the horrifying experience. What is that? Wow. Admittedly, with the sprite, they look even bigger. I couldn't help but stare at the wiggling tentacles. Davy smiles at me while I stare, as if amused. Yes, it's my curse. He quickly lost his smile. But there's no time for that right now. You're drippin' wet and shaken. We need to go back to the ship to get you dried up. I did feel quite shaken by the horrifying feeling of almost drowning and being mermaid food. Davy looked at me with concern. Do you want me to carry you? All right. No first, but absolutely yes, as my true answer. Davy smiled and nodded. All right, just tell me if you need any help walking back. After a while of walking, we managed to reach the beach. All right, let me go back and say yes to being carried. Absolutely. Davy smiled, quickly but gently lifting me in his arms. The smell of wood and leather again. It felt nice and reassuring. I leaned against him and closed my eyes. After a while of walking, we managed to reach the beach. Davy insisted on bringing me back immediately and then coming back to the island for the others. While Davy got the tender ready, I noticed some flowers nearby. I couldn't believe we didn't notice them before. I decided to grab a few very quickly. Which color of flowers did Davy need the most again? Blue. Well, what happens if we choose another one? Okay, it's neutral. Back on the ship, I felt better and calmer. Davy also felt more relaxed. Are you sure you're all right, treasure? Yes, I'm still a bit shocked, but I already feel better being on the ship. Davy sighs, then smiles. All right, let me go back and get the blue flower just so I have the good relationship points. Blue. Back on the ship, I felt better and calmer. Davy also felt more relaxed. Are you sure you're all right, treasure? Yes, I'm still a bit shocked, but I already feel better being on the ship. Davy sighs, then smiles. Hey, thank you for saving me from the mermaids. Thank you for saving me from the mermaids. He let out a strong laugh. Oh, I almost forgot. Here. I added the flowers I picked to the others in the basket. Thank you again. You better go back to your bed while I go back to the island. There should be some dry clothing in the chest near the cell. I nod and walk down to the hold. Well, that was something. I wonder silently how I would be able to sleep after everything that happened, not to mention the addition to all the new information I got from Davy. I can't imagine how it must feel to not only be cursed, but be stuck in a book for 300 years. Well, if I can't leave, I may just also experience an eternity within this book myself. How could the captain do this just to marry me? I need to talk to them. I need more explanations than what the other crew members have to offer. This is the end of Chapter 2. Thank you so much for playing. Please enjoy the credits and official song for Ghost Ship lovers.
once stood on the shoreline, for I swore it all to see. I tried to look away, but it meant the world to me. Now there's nothing but the ocean and its story by the page, held captive by its tail, with its words an inky cage, where once the book was closed and we had to stow the sails. But sure as dusk is falling, the dawn, she never fails. No, nothing's left to plunder, except all you have to give. Take all we can, give nothing back, the code by which we live. Yo ho, yo ho, is this the life for me? Is there truly nothing more that a pirate's meant to be? Sailed 1,000 miles away, I fear that I could never find the words to make you stay. If me and you was only ever in a dream, I'd know that waking up is crueler than it seems. And if you ever want to try to find your way to me, just let the story take you back into our lonely sea. 'Cause only your love can set us free, set me free. Yo ho, yo ho, is this the life for me? Is there truly nothing more that a pirate's meant to be? Yo ho, yo ho, until his fate's undone, we'll sail for the horizon till we find our setting sun.
So that was Davy's route of Ghost Ship Lovers Chapter 2. He's really cute. I'm very fond of his design, and I think that the octopus tentacles quite suit him. The developer was an absolute sweetheart, and she actually sent me that particular CG so that I could have it on my phone, so it is now my lock screen. I'm an unabashed Davy simp, apparently. But anyhow, thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did like it, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of me but you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. I upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, as well as shorts and extras randomly throughout the week. I also stream on Twitch on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Fridays are usually twice a month, but they have been known to be more, and sometimes less. And I hope to see you all next time. Bye!